Damn. We took Portage Place over. Wow. I have a speech. 1 second here. Oh my, I'm sorry, I'm shocked. Like this is incredible. Damn. Thank you for coming today on 2017 Winnipeg's Women's March on Treaty 1 territory. My name is Alexa Batashnik. I will be your MC for this afternoon. Like, oh my God, hi! Okay, so just to give you a bit of background on myself, I am the founder of Black Space Winnipeg, and that's right. Host of Raw Colors on CKUW 95.9 FM, and an undergrad at the University of Winnipeg. And I'm really honored and very privileged actually to be your MC for this afternoon. Today we are gathering in support and solidarity not just with our sisters south of the border, but worldwide. And worldwide. The Women's March has cultivated quite the public attention in the wake of a very reckless and uncertain U.S. presidency. Today, Winnipeg is taking part in a historic moment, but I imagine it's because you all believe in equality and acceptance, and you're willing to challenge intersectional barriers like sexism, racism, classism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia. We do not stand for that here. I'd also like to take this time to bring you to the inception of this march. Now, I wouldn't be called MC Woke if I didn't keep things real. So I'm gonna keep it real with you guys today for a moment, if you'll allow me. The inception of this march, it wasn't always inclusive. And I'm gonna be very honest, it was started by a group of white feminists who didn't include women of color from the get-go, okay? And in the work that I do, it's imperative that you involve all voices across the board from diversified demographics. So today, I'm standing and addressing you as a woke, conscious, queer, black woman, ready to fuck up this system that does not serve anybody that I advocate for. Can everybody just say Black Lives Matter real quick? So, I'm going to be passing on the mic to Elder May Louise, and we're going to get this going. Thank you so much for being a part of this conversation. I'd like to now introduce you to Elder May Louise Campbell, Ojibwe Soto, Métis Nation, and carries gifts of women's medicine. She believes that Reverence for Women's Day must be honored for bringing balance back to the communities and our Mother Earth. Only when women take their rightful places as healers and leaders and grandmothers, all working and walking tall and proud, all of our families can continue to heal. Across this nation, she is a grandmother and elder advisor to many organizations in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and across Canada who uses Indigenous-based value in healing and a system to approach the working with our families and communities, all our relations. In 2016, she received the Inspire National Aboriginal Achievement Award in the spiritual category of community building. Please help me welcome Elder May Louise on stage.
Wow, this is quite a sight to behold, I must say. Quite a sight to behold. Okay. First of all, I have been introduced. I am May Louise Campbell. My spirit name in my language is Ishkite, and I am from the Turtle Clan. My name in English is Fireheart Woman. I'm very, very honored to have been asked to come here today. I want to say to you that I had a vision of this happening. A few years back, I had a vision that people would gather, and this is what's happening today. I see many women, but I also see many men. I see children, I see elders. That's amazing, totally amazing. I'm going to introduce my two daughters here that are behind me that will sing a song. And the song is one of our songs, of course, and it speaks of love and unity and sharing and caring, and they will sing that song. After that, I wish to have a few more words with you. Then I understand these beautiful women that are gathered here with their drums, which are amazing to see all the drums. I'm so excited, and they will share a song with you as well. We got so much for that beautiful song. It's a good way to start. And many of you were there to smudge, and that's a good way to start as well. I'm holding my talking stick. I want to tell you a story about this stick because it has to do with women. For 25, 30 years now, I have been working to empower our women, our Indigenous women from coast to coast to coast. That has been my passion, because I knew if I didn't do that, our communities would not heal. Because you see, it's the women that have the power to heal communities. That means all communities. I've sat in hundreds and hundreds of circles of women, my favorite place to be, over all those years. And this talking stick has been held by thousands and thousands and thousands of women over the 25 years, 30 years that I've been working. And so to see this happen is just, it just so fits so good in my body. I'm getting older now, and I always hoped that there would come a day when I would see something like this happen. And today is the day. They tell me there are 300 groups of women across the world coming together today. Isn't that amazing? Even in different countries. I hope this will be long remembered, and I hope that it will never stop. Sometimes we go all excited and energized by things that happen, things that we see continue to happen to women from all over the world, and it hurts our hearts, all of us. We're tired of losing our women, especially Indigenous women. Across Canada, we're tired of that. And you get exhausted because nothing seems to happen to stop it. So how do we stop this madness? How do we stop the madness of our children being trafficked and sold as sex slaves across this world? How do we stop that? I know that happens because I sat on a task force for a year and a half. Something I didn't even know was happening, and that is the sexual exploitation and trafficking of our children. And most of them are young women, babies, youth. What is that about? What is that about? And the missing and murdered women are forced into prostitution because nobody else cares. What is that about? It's not just our women, we know that, it's women all over, especially in those countries that are suffering now, and they're being murdered and killed, women and children. The world has to stop and visualize and realize what is going on. We have a prophecy, and the prophecy says that until our women take their power back, it's about your power, all you women out there. You are so amazing. You have been given the most wonderful gift that Creator ever gave to humanity. You've been given the gift of creating a new life. Now, everybody out there, every man, every child, every woman, doesn't matter what color your skin is or where you came from. You came from the body of a woman. And this continued massacre of women and sex for children, I want to give a message to the men in this room. Let's be honest and let's speak the truth for a change. We keep saying we need to save our women. Of course we do. We keep saying we need to empower our women. That's what we're doing. We have never stopped. We keep saying we have to have more programs. We keep saying we have to have programs for those young girls who have a possibility of being taken and trafficked. And we save the programs for these young girls. We keep saying about all these programs. And it still continues. So what are we doing wrong? What are we doing wrong? We must challenge the men. We must challenge the leaders who are all men in our communities and our government. And we have to say to them, stop, stop, stop. Stop having sex with children. Stop it. Create your own movements. Do something different. Make more noise. Open your voices and speak. Women have been gathering for years. I know that. To empower ourselves, to take back our power. Men have to create more gatherings of men who love women. So you can say to your brothers, to the leaders, stop this madness, because it is a madness to keep on hurting women and little children. I've seen some of the films that they showed us, and now they're saying something about taking this off the internet. I'm computer illiterate, absolutely. I am. And they've got some kind of a thing that's stopping what's happening on what? What do you call it? On the internet. But much more than that has to happen. And I challenge the men, for goodness sake, start those movements. It's got to stop, because I tell you, if it doesn't, the world is in trouble. We all believe in something greater than ourselves. And if there is a creator up there watching how the human race is behaving right now, shame on us. Shame on us for allowing this to continue to happen without making our voices be heard, without saying to politicians. I have not heard men say, stop this. It has to happen. Please, please honor that, because we love our men. Somehow they become separated from the true nature of who they are. We love our men. We want you to walk beside us and make the stop. You have a spirit, all of us have a spirit that was given to us. The spirit of women is so powerful, because they are the ones who care for the families, to keep the families together. And they have been lost because we've been so damaged for so many years. The men also have a spirit. In our culture, they are the warriors. They're the ones who have been protecting and providing for women and children. That's their gift. We want to see that happen more. We want those of you who know what I'm saying is the truth to become braver, be warriors and speak out. Start your own circles. So that's my wish. I pray for humanity. I pray for people all over the world. I pray that the madness will stop, because that creates, when we're doing that to each other, it creates wars, it creates poverty, it creates many things that we shouldn't be having happen to humanity. Let us be stronger. Let us turn to our spirits. Let us understand indeed that we are wonderful people, all of us. We are. So thank you for listening, and have a wonderful journey, all of you.
The next one I'd like to welcome up is Amal Shire. Amal was born in Somalia and immigrated to Canada with her family in December of 1997. She attended primary school in Winnipeg, but later moved with her family to Sudan, Pakistan, Kenya, and Switzerland, where she completed her high school studies with her international baccalaureate certification. She then returned to Winnipeg to pursue her undergraduate at the University of Manitoba, and now completed a Bachelor of Science majoring in psychology and biological science in 2013. Having been a resident of 95 Ellen Street, she is very proud to be a part of the staff that has devoted their time and efforts to assist many newcomers to Canada. Please give it up for Amal.
Wow. I'm generally a proud Winnipegger, but I'm exceptionally proud today. I cannot describe the genuine happiness and strength I feel right now. Strength that is ignited by this wonderful sight of supporters, activists, culture, and enthusiasm. Quite frankly, I am honored to be here in front of all of you, this generation of intelligent, motivated, adventurous, mindful women, children, and men. I am here today in solidarity with all of you in support of this march. As a woman of color, a Muslim, a daughter, a sister, a community member, and as a Canadian. All of us are born free, equal in dignity, and have the right to be free from oppression. Women and children have suffered unimaginable cruelty and still do in some places. Why? Why is it that in 2017 we are still marching? Why is it that we're still fighting for our right to coexist in peace and harmony? It is time to put an end to the racism, prejudice, discrimination, hate, Islamophobia, etc. We must come to an agreement that it is our differences that make us beautiful and vibrant. When we think of human rights violations, we think of times that have caused a lot of casualties and fatalities. Women, children, elderly. Those of minority communities, ethnic, racial, or sexual orientation groups are often subjected to oppression and tyranny. They are oppressed by another group whose ideologies and practices have become a dominant mind frame. It is us versus them. Somewhere on this earth, there is someone your age, your height, with the same beautiful smile. Yet she hides from her oppressor. She may dodge bullets and may watch her parents pass away, or vice versa. Today, we have an opportunity to stand with those that bring justice, to stand amongst those honored for their altruism and strength. As big as this world is, we are all inhabitants of it. And if they have the right to live, then so do we. It is our human right. Thank you.
The next speaker I'd like to welcome onto stage from the Rainbow Resource Center is Cynthia Fortlodge. Cynthia is an international award-winning information technology executive, and for the past 29 years with a privately owned Winnipeg company, she is the board of members for various organizations, including Rainbow Resource Center. Cynthia came to terms last year with a 41-year denial of her true gender identity. She identifies as a trans woman and as a parent of 2 young adults. Please give it up for Cynthia.
Wow, unbelievable, and an amazing privilege. I bring greetings on behalf of Rainbow Resource Center staff and board. We are proud of the many programs that we provide to our community of all lesbian, bi, transgender, and gender diverse women and their allies. I'd like to share a few personal thoughts with you on this important day. I could spend the next few minutes telling you why transgender women are women. And why women's issues affect us all. But rather, I would challenge us all to take a stand and to support the rights of all women. I choose to not spend time trying to convince you that we're all women, because that only perpetuates dividing already marginalized communities, and whether it be by gender, gender identity, race, ability, religious, political, sexual orientation, or by body image, they will divide us. But remember, those that wish to divide us only do so to conquer us. And from now, we must stand and protect the rights and freedoms that we have. It could be argued that the last major countercultural evolution was during the Vietnam era. Well, I believe that we're on the vanguard of a brand new countercultural era. Look around, you are it. Now look, we know it all took the election of a misogynistic, xenophobic, sexist, racist, homophobic, transphobic, and hateful man to create the inertia for this event. But as Meryl Streep said very well at the Golden Globes, when these behaviors are done by world leaders such as a president-elect of the United States, some people will assume it's okay to carry on in that exact same manner. And we have clearly seen this happening in the United States already and here at home in Canada. So I have one message for you, Mr. President. Dear Donald, we will not be subjugated. But watch out, Canada. We are not immune to racism, sexism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, and divisive behaviors that were demonstrated during the US election. Those same forces will try and push their way forward, their agenda forward, both in Canada socially and politically, and we must stand at the ready to defend the Canada we deserve. And in closing, most importantly, remember, there is unity in community. Thank you.
Uzoma Asaguera, who is the founder of QTPOC, Queer and Trans People of Color, Winnipeg. Uzoma is an entrepreneur and registered psychiatric nurse, former member of the Premier's Advisory Council on Education, Poverty and Citizenship, and former member of the Canada's Women's National Basketball Team, and the founder, like I said before, of QPOC Winnipeg. She creates safer spaces for queer and trans people of color and allies. She is one of my closest and most dearest friends, and the work that we're doing together, I'm sorry to say, is going to be taking over this city. Please welcome Uzoma Asaguera onto the stage.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Wow. This is incredible. I really did not wake up this morning super tired and really warm. It was really hot. And I expect all this. There's actually people, I've been told, outside the building. So this is incredible. Let's make noise so the people outside the building can hear us and feel us. Thank you to the organizers for organizing this. This is obviously an international experience, and I'm very proud to be a part of this. I'm very happy to see everybody here today. I started QPOC Winnipeg a couple of years ago, and as Alexis said, QPOC, our goal is to provide safer spaces and experiences and support for queer and trans people of color and allies. And so there are a lot of people who, I mean, I think probably everybody in this room, I would hope, would fall into some kind of category in that. And, you know, I'm here to let you know about QPOC, to let you know what we do, to encourage people to get involved with QPOC Winnipeg. Reach out to us. Reach out if you need support. I'm encouraging all, you know, people who would call themselves allies or have other people call them allies to provide support and get involved. You know, it's been, I was an athlete most of my life. And I never liked long distance running. I was a short distance athlete. And over the past year and a half, I've really felt like I've been running a marathon. And I think we can all kind of relate to that feeling of being just tired and exhausted and feeling like on some level we've all been running some sort of ridiculous marathon with no water breaks, can't use the washroom. You know, it's always been in our face. And I hope that today is for you what it is for me in seeing everybody here, where it's just like I'm re-energized. I feel so uplifted looking around at all of these people. Everybody, look around you right now. It's incredible. I want everybody here to take a moment and look at the person in front of you. Look at the person behind you. Literally turn around and look who's behind you. Look who's beside you. Shake that person's hand. Shake the hands of the people around you. Introduce yourselves to one another. Get to know people's names. We're not just here to be here. We are here for a purpose. We are here for a reason today. Right? We came together for a reason. It's incredible to me that we all walk side by side and pass each other in the street, and we all feel we are connected whether we like it or not. But look at us all here today. When you leave here, after the march is done, you have to be able to look beside you, look in front of you, look behind you, and get to know the people around you. Connect to the people you're sharing space with on a daily basis. Reach out to each other. That is the only way, it is the only way we are going to get through the next handful of years. It's the only way we are going to create the change we all need to see. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming together for something so important. My voice is cracking. I'm very emotional inside. I'm not showing it right now, but this is really powerful. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for sharing. And let's go forward and do some amazing, amazing work together. The people in our communities who are the most marginalized need our support. The queer and trans people of color, queer, trans, Black, Indigenous people of color in our communities need our support more now than ever. I need your support more now than ever. If we don't support the most marginalized, if we don't stand up and stand with the most marginalized communities, this will all be for none. We have to build our communities bottom up, top, bottom, through and through. So let's do that work together going forward. Thank you.
I'm going to welcome Joan Dawkins on from the Women's Health Clinic. Joan is dedicated her career to social justice and advocating for equality, human rights, and advocating for reproductive choice and justice in Canada. She is a lesbian who experienced exclusion and acknowledges the privilege of her heritage and many gifts life has provided her. Joan has a long history of working with inner city communities, with her individual families living in poverty, those who experience homelessness, Indigenous people, and communities newcomers to Canada, and adults and children with disabilities. We're very, very, very excited to have her. Please welcome Joan onto the stage.
I'm guessing you're ready to march. So for that reason, I'm going to be exceedingly brief, and anybody who knows me knows how difficult that will be. I am lesbian. I am a survivor of sexual abuse, and I am a white woman with immense privilege in this world. I could not have said any of those things about myself when I started this journey in feminism and in social justice. Sexual abuse survivors were still victims, and it was a shame-ridden reality for us. I didn't say the word lesbian out loud in those years, nearly 50 years ago. And I did not own my privilege because I did not understand. I saw men as those with privilege and power and the oppressors, and saw women as those without power and privilege and the oppressed. a simplistic teenage version of a very complicated and challenging reality. When I went to marches and rallies, and I love the fact that we're doing a march and a rally today, when I went to those in the 1960s, the face of the crowd would have been fundamentally different than the face of the crowd in this space today. I have had the privilege of an enormous number of incredible teachers who have come into my path in my life and allowed me to grow my analysis and my understanding and my ability to hear the voices of others. We have to learn to stop talking and start listening. We need to know what we don't know and be willing to discover that together. We are better together. We are better side by side. We are better today. Let this be a beginning and not an ending, and let's be even better tomorrow. Now let's march.
The Buffalo Gals will be leading the march, and we ask to people who do benefit from white privilege and white allies to stand in the back and be supportive of those marginalized communities who are the first voices to be marching outside today.
Okay, so before the Buffalo Gals start their song, we're gonna have a quick introduction to let you all know a little bit about what this song means. So Darlene, I'd like to invite you to just start us off.
Good day, everyone. This song we're going to walk out of the shopping center ahead of you is called the Strong Woman Song. It's a song that was shared from a woman in a penitentiary, and this was a gift that she shared with the women there, and we'd like to share it with you. This song has traveled the world, and it has some variations, but the meaning is the same. It's to enrich and empower the life of the women who are singing it. Thank you. The Strong Woman Song.
from you, Joyce Namura. You do not want to miss it. Please follow by proceeding. The Buffalo Gals will be leading this march. Thank you so much, and we will see you in about 20 minutes.